Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Hard Chapter 32. It is I, Alex Holkin. It is Friday morning. Holy shit. This week is finally over. I'm so fucking glad. Big crazy week. But happy to be here to work on art this very fine morning on my 32-bit game Aspire. Currently just a prototype. We're working through it. But that's an awesome thing. We're going to be doing some 3D modeling today. Might be able to finish up the character. Val, which is our lead character. We'll take things from there, where next week we'll do texturing and animation and the like, but I'm excited to get started on it, so we'll definitely get to that real quickly. Just a quick update on channel stuff. On Thursday night, yesterday, got to play the final games of Haunted Demo Disc that I haven't got to play previously. There was one or two that were really stand out. Apollisis is what it was called. That one was really great, and I think the secret unlockable game that you get with the Haunted Demo Disc, which was like a Banjo-Kazooie inspired platformer, was pretty cool as well. The thing I would say is sorry about quality of stream last night. So I got one kiddo that's teething and the other one who's 3. He was not having sleep last night. So like I started the stream, had to abandon the stream, came back to the stream, and then my kiddo came into the room like 3 separate other times, so mea culpa, my fault. It was an uncommon parenting nightmare last night on stream, so it is what it is. But anywho, at least for now, let's just go ahead and have some fun and do some really cool art and 3D modeling stuff. I'm really excited. Let's switch over to that. Get Blender all up and going. Yeah, I hope everyone has a really good weekend ahead as well. I'm going to some haunted corn mazes. I'm going to haunted corn maze this weekend. Just really excited. I love doing those. And gosh, I feel like I have one other kind of event planned. But Halloween's been great. I've already been to like 3 pumpkin patches so far this year. And not only have we done the 3 pumpkin patches, we've done a lot of carving and just a lot of outdoor activities with kids. It's just been really fun. Alright. Boom. Let me see if I can get this all going for you guys here. Let's see. There we go. We'll switch me to the right side there. Yeah, we'll do the right side. The downside of a lot of these streaming services like YouTube, Twitch, and all that is the bottom right is the best place for the most part to put the webcam. Because of just where they do the overlays of like time, live symbol, all these other things. So this would be the best spot for me to put my little face, is in this bottom right corner here. So I've got very little sleep thanks to those kiddos. It was a rough night. But let's carry off where we were last time. So yeah, little reminder. So what we're working on is I'm wanting to create a 32-bit game, kind of like what I played last night on Haunted Demo Disc, and kind of survival horror like Resident Evil. And the basic premise is, what if Die Hard meets aliens? So your character will be ascending a mega structure, skyscraper, and trying to save their family. These like terrible like insect humanoid creatures in it. And where we last left off we got some of the front view, we got some of the side, and I think today what we'll focus on is we're gonna get the arms done, the back. Honestly, we're gonna try to get it all done. We might be able to pull this all up. We won't be able to get to the texturing phrase today, but we'll at least get a heck of a lot of other parts of this design very quickly. So let's just roll, man. One thing I'm sad about is in previous streams I had some cool cyberpunk music going, supposedly DMCA free, and then of course I got hit with a strike later. I was like, gosh darn it. I was really happy to play for everybody some fun DMCA music, but it turned out not to be the case. Say Levy. I'll give her a little bit of a booty. By the way, also you guys, if you haven't seen the Batman trailer, it's called The Batman. It's looking so freaking good at the moment. I guess it already had an early screener, and the way it was described was, it's like, what if the movie Seven, the old detective thriller movie, met an action film? I'm like, that sounds so freaking good. Plus, I mean, Detective Batman is my favorite thing, so it being a 3-hour crime noir just sounds awesome to me. Give me that Batman, please. I'm also a real big fan of Pattinson's work. Person currently played Batman. Funny to watch how much his career, he's done so well post Twilight. A little vampire boy has grown up. Right now I'm doing just some corrections here, just as I roll through here. Because there's some minor things I would love to fix. Oh, come on, thing. Don't be like that. Slide down here. And E, rotate. See what finishes up her fit. By the way, 3D modeling, not difficult, just time consuming. In case if you guys are ever interested in doing it, you too can 3D model and probably be a better 3D modeler than I. But it's not that difficult. It's not as intimidating as one might think. Just time consuming more than anything else. What I'm kind of watching for as I go through is just making sure I've got the same amount of vertices as I did on the front. So I'm not, I'm giving it a nice rounded form. I'm gonna have to connect it back here. There's also, it's wild to see everyone's different approach to 3D modeling. I'm always really impressed by watching videos of just people work. There's so many methods. There's actually one I might put in chat here in a moment, who I'm kind of like learning from and studying their process. Which I've still got a lot to work on with mine, that's for sure. I'll get there. A lot of it comes down to just minor adjustments in the end. It kind of moving. I can move pretty quick at this. but I want to correct afterwards. All right. So this here can be the strap. So let's correct the lines of that real quick. So we'll select these two and then do SZ0. Just gonna flatten them. Because what you're doing when you scale to 0, you end up making things like perpendicular. Second here. GG. SC0. GG. By pressing GG, I'm saying, hey, keep it along the normals of the edge, and then scale with S. Z for Z. 0 means scale it out to 0. Yeah, well, better. Now we can extrude outwards here. Good enough for now. Actually, before we do that, I think I wanted to wrap around our boot a little bit more, so let's go ahead and take a moment here. And let's actually extrude these faces too. We'll look at it from a, there we go, back view here. One thing I'm gonna have to start doing as I'm working on these things is hiding some of the faces so that way I can see the particular area in which I'm working. Now I'm gonna extrude out. There we go. That's a little better. Then what I'll do is I think I'll probably collapse this. Oops, come on thing. I'm going to collapse this edge onto here. Oh, you stupid thing. Not a big deal. Let's do it this way. Go. That slightly reduces the geometry some. Do it here as well. Oh my god! Thanks, Linda. I'll do some I'm gonna do some David Blaine tricks. I'm actually not breathing while I'm doing this. Part of the stream is it's all a big magic show. I know at the very least my brain isn't working while I'm working. Yeah, I think that'd be enough to sell her little straps on her boots. On her bootsies. Well, good morning, Linda. Oh, I should actually take this opportunity on stream. Well, I think so on stream I talked about how there was a client of mine who failed to pay things, and thankfully, good morning. Thankfully, since we last talked about that story in which the Florida individual did not pay, he has paid. He has since paid. He has given me his blood money. And so I can finally walk away from that. But it wasn't before he acted a bit like a baby. Yeah, it was a crazy. So for those that catching you guys up that don't know, I had a client for graphic design. Failed to pay on a bit of work and ended up just trying to like stall himself out to where he didn't have to pay me ever. And I don't put up with that. I'll send Vinny out in those cases. So thankfully though, after 6 months, pay has been received. So if you're a designer or you're an artist or you work in any field, to be honest, and someone is not paying you for your work, make sure, as long as you have a good contract, don't worry, the lawyers can come in and help you. All will be okay. And it wasn't like he owed me a large amount, but it's just the fact that, like, principles, man, principles matter to me. Gotta do what's right by people. If someone does work for you, you gotta pay for it. Well, that was the first step. Was I took the child to the Caribbean. Then we ranted him. And he paid us. No, yeah. So, for those that don't know, if you're doing anything, if you're suing anybody, which is what I was preparing to do, you have to, of course, get a lawyer in their particular state. And so it was actually kind of a weird, interesting process to talk to an out-of-state lawyer. And, give them the breakdown of the case, which, in this situation, the fellow had paid me at one point with a bounce check. And so the lawyer was like, listen, the fact that he even tried to pay you at all and used a bounce check is proof that he knows he should be paying you for the work that was completed, so be covered. Yeah. But the one thing I feel like I didn't do a great job on, so how did I word it? I had worded it to where, one, I didn't include a date with penalties. Now I'm going to start adding like a penalty date, like you don't pay in such an amount of time, there's going to be a cost penalty. I think that's just a great thing to keep clients on time with their payments. So I'm definitely going to do that in the future. Plus, it's a way to earn a little bit of extra scratch, to be honest. How's your weekend gonna be? Also, Linda, you know anything fun? Let's see if she's up to anything cool. Got a chill weekend ahead of me. Get to go to a Honda Corn Maze though. Pretty darn excited about that. Let's grab these faces here and pull them out too. More rave? Oh my goodness. Oh. Linda got to see Porter Robinson. Porter live. And what was it, Chicago, right? Lucky dag. One day I will get to go to. I think I'm too old for raves now. I just gotta admit, when my raving days are done. I'm a dad now. I've got kids. What would happen if, like, someone slips me a real hard drug and I just can't make it home, man? San Holo. I'm trying to think if I've listened to them before. I don't know if I have, actually. Are they like Porter? Should I check them out? You're too old. His cousin is coming and they're in their 40s. Or not too old. That's wild. That's gonna be awesome. That'll be a trip. Sometimes I'm not too happy with how I arrange my geometry. just the way it is. I'll get better with time. Well then, Carrie and I will go to a rave soon. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Linda had told me about San Holo being kind of like emotional. Yeah. Yeah, she was also saying Porter Set was his newer album, which I haven't listened to, and said it was a little bit more of an emotional tribute to his family and friends, which is so freaking sweet. What a good person. Well, this looks weird. I think what I'm going to do, once I finish these legs, I'm going to go through and clean them up. Because they're really bothering me. They look so bad. Part of it is, like, if you're not working in a side view, or like a set perspective, it becomes very easy while you're 3D modeling to have stuff get, unfortunately, pretty well messed up. It's good to do this, like just working in set perspectives. Quick pro tip. Go. Let's see here. In uno momento, I'm going to turn up my lights even more. There we go. Light! Wait. More light! I'm gonna turn up my light more. By the way, guys, I've got so many... I bought some smart bulbs, which let you change the room, the color of your room, or color your bulbs to whatever you want, and at certain times. So on using my phone, it literally has all my rooms now with the light bulbs, and I can just like, I could do a rave in any room of my house if I want to, if I set it to the strobe setting. Pretty cool. The smart bulbs, they're pretty cheap, but honestly, I think I'm going to replace every single bulb in my house with a smart bulb. So that way I can feel like Iron Man and control my house. Yeah, definitely we're going to go through and we're going to even out these rings here. Yeah, for sure, for sure. Let's see, how many more do I need here? That might be the whole amount of geometry. Do it when the boys wake up, start your day with a party. Yeah! My kids would love it. Man, so despite how difficult last night's stream was due to the kiddos, they're so sweet, man. I was put in a bed last night. Leon, which is my 3-year-old, was like, "Dad, give me a big hug." And so I give him like, big hug to the point where he like takes his breath away and stuff like that. And he's like, "I love big hugs from you, Dad." I'm like, oh. And the thing is, like, he woke up like 3 times while I was trying to stream. And every time I put him down, I was like, "Please give me another big hug. I'm scared." I'm like, kiddo, playing with my heart. Little sweet thing. I was like already a softie. And then, but I thought I was super, cold and dark and all these things. And then I had a kiddo, and now I'm just like butter. And now I'm worse than butter, I'm margarine. I'm already like partially melted, spreadable. I'm not even hard like butter. I'm margarine soft. Alright, so let's go ahead and start correcting these lines here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to run through. I'm going to set them at the same height by doing a scale of 0 on the Z. Boom, like so. And this will start to clean up this awful looking geometry here. And we'll get it looking a lot better here in a second. And we'll also correct these along the Y as well. Yeah, me not happy with how these foots are looking. Better. Always good to run through and do this kind of correction. Okay. And some of these are generally okay with where they, I mean, not lining up exactly, but they do need to be better spaced to follow the flow of the geometry. Woof. What happened with that thing? Slide. You can see here, I kind of brought this up last time. You can tell when your geometry is bad, where if it looks like it's correct on one angle, but then also correct another. So this is like a quad here, right here. But it looks like a triangle, right? And as soon as I turn it to the other side, you'll see that it looks accurate this direction too. So that means that I'm like the geometry is a bit confused because of how I've arranged all that. So we're gonna have to fix that for sure. And then you could do something called smoothing, which I'll definitely do here in a second. I'm gonna smooth out this geometry. Yeah, like that's not a leg. That's a leg if someone got their leg bashed in with a bat. Pretty crazy looking. We need this to be a nice cylinder here. So let's get a lot of these elements here. On the scaled on the X. Or is it the Y? Oh, it's on the Y. Okay. Scaled on the Y, which straighten those lines out for us. What we're gonna do is we're gonna slide along here. We're gonna bring them out along the Y. And these should definitely be all aligned against the vertically as well. So go, looks inaccurate for a moment, but then you adjust it. Now part of it looks inaccurate because I forgot to click those things. There we go. There we go, boys and girls. We can move along that in the Y. Better. Butter. And to make these shoes a little more organic, as shoes aren't the same, scale this out here. I'm not a fan of how that's looking, so what I'm going to do is smooth it, which basically takes the locations, it takes the geometry and evens out the coordinates, as you'll see here in a second. This, like, see how it's getting smoother or it's getting more pronounced. So we're going to smooth it out a bit here. Till I'm digging it a little bit better. Do the entirety of shoes here. The feetsies. This is a fairly easy way to real quickly clean up your work. We're gonna do this in the entirety of the boots here. Oh my gosh, I need to get the bottom of that foot bad. We will though, here in just a moment. Yeah, great. I like that. I need to make some elements more pronounced, but that's at least quite a bit cleaner. There's parts we need to slide along. Those need smooth, that's for sure. Yeah. Okay. This is conceptually nice, but it needs to come out in the Y. And this is like the top of the boot here, so that needs to come down to be a more pronounced lid. Or ledge. Ooh, boy. Go ahead and start filling in these gaps here. So we can start correcting more of our leg. I'd like to do more than just the legs today. Which we might. We're doing pretty good time-wise. I've got hope. Got hope for more than the legs today. Let's start bringing in these calves. She's not Chun-Li. I have this big of calves. So getting close. All this stuff is so exciting, by the way, when it's just like, so, when you, it's like completing a puzzle. It's, at this stage, you're just filling in a lot of the jigsaw pieces. And so you just get to watch the satisfying thing of the image coming together. Except for in this case, the jigsaw is still pretty effed up. You do have to correct it. But almost like a jigsaw. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I have done so before. The other thing too is it's almost like it's almost terrifying when something is asymmetrical, because like if you did an arm that was slightly different or had a different design, you do have to make it, you know, without the mirror option. But you can always do mostly mirror and then after the fact correct it. By the way, guys, I've never had this before. I got my flu shot and I had an allergic reaction to the flu shot, and it's like so itchy. I've never had an allergic reaction to the flu shot before. It was so odd. At first I thought some like terrible spider bit me. And then it's just like, oh, that's just where I got my shot. Let's see here. I'm excited to try to model more things too. Like, speaking of like, you know, just learning and doing this modeling things, I'd love to try out more unique characters and taking it from there. Okay, let's see here, guys. I could finish this out with a triangle like this one. Let's do that. We'll just keep this as a triangle here. Then Looks as though we need to bring these legs in just a hair here. Select all this. I think down to the calves. I think that's where the problems come in. Move along the Y. Oops. Slightly thinner legs. Nice. Yeah, I'm excited, by the way, for upcoming streams where I'm gonna do the. So I'm gonna start doing like some more theme stuff. For example, I'm gonna probably start playing do some just chatting streams where I play Mahjong because I love playing Mahjong and I love to trash talk on Mahjong. So I want to start doing some Mahjong streams that are just like me chilling and learning how to play Mahjong, and then have people shout at me as to how to play Mahjong, which honestly I want, because I want to learn how to play way better than I am. And I kind of actually want to buy, there's a board game collection on Switch, and it's so much fun. Clubhouse Games, you know, a sequel to the DS game, and it has Mahjong on there. But the thing is that's great about it is it's not only does it have Mahjong, it has a collection of like awesome video tutorials to teach you how to play Mahjong. And the thing is, the demo has these tutorials for free. So if you're someone that's wanting to learn Mahjong but doesn't know how to play, then you can download the Clubhouse Games demo and just watch their tutorial series. Because even though it doesn't let you play Mahjong, it lets you access all the tutorials for it. So really neat. If you want to learn any kind of board game, I would suggest downloading the Clubhouse Games and watch their video tutorials because they're really informative. Of course, it's Nintendo. They just put so much effort into their both UI as well as user experience is so spot on. Bruh. So this is an example of a case where I'm gonna need to hide everything related to the cloak here, or it's not the cloak, the back of her jacket, and also I think what I'm gonna do is gonna get really crowded the geometry here. This might be a great opportunity for me to reduce the model complexity, and I think I'll join these leg polygons to these triangles here around this point. You'll see what I'm talking about. Like instead of doing a bunch of, you know, additional quads up this length, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just do this and do that. Do two triangles, or might as well just merge that into a quad. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two. Oh, we might do that. That might look. Part of the reason why, when you're designing, if you're going to choose between a quad or a triangle, it comes down to how you want it to animate. Because if you think of this as like, I would think it'd say origami. I was going to say fabric, but if you think of it like origami, if you wanted origami to bend, the points of folds that you have are going to be where the opportunities are for your origami to bend and twist. And so whether you fold it a square or whether you fold it a triangle changes how that origami is going to bend. So that's what I'm kind of thinking through, is how this character is going to animate and whether or not I want to do triangles or squares at certain points, aka quads. All right, let's select these faces here. You get to work on her booty. Hide those with H, and then Alt H is reveal. Let's get those two while we're at it. There's her booty. Let's go up there and get to work on it. Again, for relative points, I think it will. And the thing is, I don't want to do too much booty because with her outfit, if I actually put the booty under there, it will end up clipping. It'll pass through, her butt will pass through the back of her jacket. Do this way. And go. You'll be able to see both. That's why I'm sorry to all the pervs out there whenever you're playing a game and you try to look up the character's skirt, there's nothing there. Because they want to avoid clipping of the outfit. It's not that they don't want to fulfill your nerdy desires. Yeah, let's merge there. I really do want to. I'm going to turn this into a triangle. I think I'm happy with that. Honestly. Let's not go too crazy here. Yeah, it's a good place. How'd you know? Yeah. This is time for an embarrassing story on stream. So you're part, Linda. You ready for your embarrassing story, Linda? To anyone out there who watches this later too. So, not a surprise. I like the anime. I like the 2D girls. I'm that type of dork, of course. As I wear an anime girl shirt. Good job, me. But back in the 90s, internet wasn't much of a thing. Kind of was a little bit, but to get certain materials was difficult. And one of the things was me and my what grade were we in? 8th grade buds. We wanted to get some hentai video games out of Japan. And so we went to our friend with a parent with the most lax rules as far as that kind of materials goes. And their parent, their mom and dad had an eBay. And using eBay, we bought a copy of a Japanese hentai game from what we thought was Japan. And the thing is, all of the kids, well, not all the kids, us 5 or 6 of our friend group pooled the money together to purchase this from Japan. And so the parent that had the eBay account, they would have the original copy of the game, and in exchange, we paid for part of the cost, and he would burn us all copies of it. And so afterwards, word got out that we had this game, even from I lived in a country school, and just a lot of good old boys and that kind of thing. Somehow it got out that we had this Japanese porn game, and all the country kids wanted in on the action. They wanted a copy of this game, and so he started selling them copies of the game too in school. And on top of all this, so the game was called Sexy Beach, and it was essentially Dead or Alive beach volleyball, with a whole lot less volleyball and a whole lot more of something else. And one day, of course, I had an "Are you winning, son?" moment where there was volleyball portions to this game. By the way, it was like a volleyball game that had romantic asides that happened through a good portion of it, and wow, my older brother walked into my room while I was playing the game, and thank God I was on one of the volleyball sections of that game. But I don't think I fooled him at all, because he started asking questions like, "Oh, this game's really pretty. Oh, wow, I love playing volleyball." And he did like playing volleyball, but he's like, "Oh, yeah, I want to play this. Oh, do you think you'll let me play this? Oh, so is the game just volleyball?" When he started saying things like, "Is the game just volleyball?" that should have been my little teenage clue, like, "Oh, jig's up." But he didn't say anything to the parents later. So I might have successfully either fooled him, or he was just a kind older brother. But yeah, that's how a bunch of 8th graders bought a Japanese game, a game from Japan, for their lewd desires. Kids will go to any length to get what they shouldn't have. Ooh, oh shit. That looks kind of bad. Looking at that geometry there, not a big fan of that. Viruses left and right. Yeah. Oh, that was the Pokemon game that I burned for everyone. Back when Pokemon Green got translated, I put it on a floppy disk, Pokemon Green, and then I handed it out to my friends. And what was funny was I was playing Pokemon Green, and suddenly my computer crashed, restarted, and it just had a smiley face icon in the bottom of the screen. I'm like, oh shit. That Pokemon Green I downloaded that worked for a little bit was actually virus ridden. But at that point, I'm not even kidding, I had already, this went out to, I had 18 floppy disks that I gave out to all the kids in school. And one by one, they all reported their computers getting formatted and shut down. Oh my gosh. Thankfully, I was so lucky that didn't fall on my head. And people came to me and I was just like, listen, your parents don't know computers. Just tell them they were on a site they weren't supposed to be, and they got a virus. It wasn't the game. It was whatever they were doing. And I got away with it. It was just like, ugh. There was another time I was friends with the reason I'm pretty decent at computers is I just kept repeatedly breaking our family's computer over and over again. And I would have to fix it if I could fix it, and if I couldn't fix it, then it ended up in the shop. And there was a guy who was one of the Sagely gurus, like a 90s Sage guru of computers back then. But he had my back. He was an old gentleman in his 40s, but he always had my back. He knew what I was up to on my computer more often than not. He was in the know as far as computers go at the time. And so, just as an example, one of the times the computer crashed, I had all my stash of inappropriate images, and I was like, please, whatever you do, they're in this folder, don't tell my parents about it, just rescue them. So he was like, okay, I saved your hentai. It's in a secret folder at this location on the computer, and here's the passcode for it. So the computer guy saved my things. I'm sure he kept some too. And what was the other thing? Oh, and then one time when the computer crashed, what was it? It had just came out. Quake 3 Arena, and I needed a Voodoo 8. I think it was called Voodoo 8 was the card, to be able to run it. And so I just told the guy, I was like, is there any way you can convince my parents that they need a Voodoo 8 to do their document work? And he did. He went to them, and I'm sure he did it also because, man, it earns their company money. But he was like, yeah, I think to be able to do the kind of work you guys are doing on the computer, you're going to need a Voodoo 8. And so they got a Voodoo 8 computer, or one of the latest graphics cards at that time, thanks to the insistence of the repair person. This guy was such a lifesaver, man. He set me up as a kid as far as all sorts of things. Okay, so now we're gonna do some relative editing. I'm just not happy with how these legs turned out in a lot of ways. That's okay. You do O, if I remember right. Is it O? Shift O? No. Oh, it is O. I had it right. So this lets you do relative changes. So if I do it like this, with this small of a circle, you see as the circle gets bigger, it changes how much it affects. So what I want to do here is I'm not happy with a good portion of this. So I'm going to try to round this out by selecting certain squares and relatively work on it. It's a way to change a lot of the shape all at once. It's just not reading as a cylinder necessarily. I always, growing up, would befriend every IT guy I could. They hold the keys to the city, folks. Let's move on. Let's move on. That's better, but we'll adjust that more later. I think this one right here is going to be as high up as I go. Let me unhide the... Yeah, okay. We'll find a way to connect this to her jacket here once we work on it some more. So it looks like maybe this line right here could connect. It does actually. It does connect here in a nice way. So we can delete this face, this face. Yeah, let's delete those two faces. Those are unlikely to be seen by the player. Oh, the itch of my flu shot. Crazy how much it itches. Do a slight lighting adjustment. Okay, so let's clean up this portion here. We got to a pretty cape. It doesn't need to connect there. What it needs to do is connect to there. Ooh, disconnect that. No. I don't. I guess that's okay. We'll end up going here. And up to here. I didn't realize. I mean, I didn't realize how much challenge this will pose. My little outfit here, but we'll figure it out. At a certain stage, it gets almost a little bewildering, a little terrifying, but we're not going to get too concerned just yet. Doing some real minor adjustments here. There's also a level of perfectionism that I just want to achieve that I really don't need to worry about. Let's complete the back here. Actually, let's complete the... We'll start with the most geometrically complex first, because then it'll help determine how the amount of geometry we'll need in other areas. Like, for example, I wish with all my heart that we could reduce some of the geometry for this cloak, but we might not be able to in the end. We'll find out. First things first, let's go ahead and try to bring it in some. Do this on a relative scale. Won't affect the leg though. Slowly, if I can get this to be flowing in a better way, and I can have the geometry, or less geometry on the actual cloak here. Evenly space these out. Oops. Don't want to confuse the geometry, which I am there, so I need to be careful. Let's just say I went ahead and connected those. would mean that this needs to go in quite a lot. Here, here. One speed. Go move fast here. Let's have some fun and try to just move quick and then fix later. I can add more geometry as I go. E, Z, Z. Pressing E, then Z. So I can keep scaling up on the Z. So this will connect with the shoulders. We do this right, and then it's a question of how much more geometry I want to add after the fact. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. So I can actually select all of this madness. I should be able to select all of this and bridge the edge loops. Do that. Select both of these here. Nope, I need to be on edge mode. And then bridge edge loops. Select 2 edge loops. Oh, I see. Moment, there we go. Bridge edge loops. Horrifying, but that works. We'll do the relative editing. She really does look like a bee. That's so crazy. That's scary. So weird looking. This is like why being an actual, say, fashion person is so insanely difficult. Let's connect it for now. Oh, good. Looks like we do need one more edge in here, so let's select this here. Right-click, subdivide. Good, because we needed that, that's for certain. This isn't quite accurate because we do need to go through and add the collar portion too. Might need to do another edge loop. But I want to do it in a place that makes sense. Funny how unflattering that looks. Just gonna say this to the ladies. I don't recommend this as an outfit. So far it's not looking great. Let's smooth the heck out of this. I'll get this really smooth. Go. Looks better. Definitely have to hide the geometry. Might also make that geometry double-sided inside of her thing there. Cool. That's a little more flattering. I wonder if there's any edge loops I can remove here. Resolve. Those might be important. Let's take these again. We'll even them out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep evening. Oops. Now, how does that work? Check that out. This face. How did you get here, sir? Let's delete that face for a moment here. Yeah, the rest of these I'm kind of cool with, so let's bring them out of here. And we'll kind of reconnect them back to the base. Ugh, hate that is connected. Can't remember, I think it's P. I'm just gonna straight up delete it for now. There's another way of separating out vertices. I'll do it later. That's actually a really good demarcation point, because then we can connect it here to the pants. And just a nice little triangle here. Boy, I am happy with how this is actually turning out now. Resurrect this little point here. Then voila. Cool. Okay, that's gonna be great for animating and all sorts of things now. It's out here a bit, because I'm gonna end up moving this along the X to connect. Does that all get scale? Oops. SX0. Awesome. Oh my gosh. That's gonna actually animate okay too. Sweet. That's pretty low geometry count wise. That's a lot better than what I had. Cool. That's a pretty decent part for that back too. Just here. Goody, 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 goody. Goody, goody jump drops. We'll work on the inner part of this leg here. Which what happens a lot of the time when it comes to legs is they just... Come on. They end up just having the legs go up and up and up the skirt, and then they create like a black cylinder or something to hide anything in there. That's what I'll probably end up doing too. Problem is, oof. This moved along here, come out in the X. Ooh, just heard a door slam behind me. Alright, uno momento. I'm gonna check on kiddos and things, and then I shall return. Yeah! Dry stretch! Yeah! Yay! Ah! Feels so good to stretch. All right, and we're back. Let's see here. Digging it. Just get you some tweaks here. Things way better. Hell, let's like grab all these right now. Let's grab everything but the shoes. All those faces? Yes, it is. What we're going to do is we're going to smooth the hell out of these two. Yeah. Now it's crazy in a way, but now all I have to do is one. Let's adjust it here. So a way to do a semi-transparent view too. I'll have to look that up later. Do our adjustments again here. Don't you dare, Mirage. Just cleaning up all geometry we can. Do, do, do. let's look at this in normal view. Okie dokie. Oh, I made a mistake. God, I squished both of those lines together. I didn't mean to do that. Definitely have to get the bottom of the foot here in a second, which is one of the worst parts I have found, where a lot of geometry just gets packed, so that way it concludes. So what I'm probably gonna do is just a lovely bunch of triangles here. Unless, let me see here. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you know what, guys? This is easy. I think I might have miscounted just now. That will work. Not gorgeous, but it's at least nice quads. Okay. Okay. Get it to be pretty cylinder-like, then I'm going to expand outwards. And a lot of these are just going to be zeroed out. almost at a point of being like good enough. Very close. So if I'm quiet, I'm like in full focus mode, to be honest. Kind of hitting that zone where my brain's just thinking in 3D, as it were. Honestly, it's good to be in a little bit of a flow state while you're working on these things. That's for sure. Okie dokie. Do slight adjustments here in the geometry, so that way things read okay. All right, excellent. So now, get what we got for the jacket portion here, which comes out. Collar portion. Up and around the back. So essentially these faces here are going to be what will become the collar. And then they wrap around the back here. So you can kind of see them flow-wise coming through here, making a triangle. I feel like I could simply sorry, I'm thinking through how I should connect these. Yeah, I like this. Do I like this? Looking through here. So what I could do is extrude these. And then connect the geometry here. Theoretically, this works. Theoretically. Something like that. Leading this face, I'm not happy with that one. Okay. With that face. I like part of that. It's gotta be nice. Yeah, it's gonna register pretty good on camera. Cool. Let's clean up this connection to go there. Typically you want the triangle to be hidden away. In this case, I'm just going to keep it. This is a prototype model of sorts, so... Okay. It's kind of fun. Okay. I think this. I wonder if I can do it. Let me go into shading mode for a second here. Do full. I need a quick directional light in here. This mode. Light. Sun. Really want to quickly see how this geometry is being treated. Cool. I like it. I think that's gonna work. Good to just every once in a while make sure that the normals on your model are reading correctly. Alright, so we get our next complicated bit is the arms. What do we got? 10, 12? I think we're gonna wrap for today. Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up for today. So we've got the backside for a lot of Val represented here. We got the coat kind of reasonably there, and boots and legs are looking a lot better. And so next time will be the arms and the hair on Monday. Which arms aren't typically too hard, to be honest. It's simply just, the thing is socketing them in here in a way that makes enough geometric sense without being too crazy. So we'll do arms, hair, followed by probably refinements in that day. And then Wednesday would be the texturing part of it, which is a lot of fun too. So I'm excited about that. Well, let's see here. Yeah, it's great to have everyone here on Hard Drive 32 again. Hope you guys have a great morning and stuff. And I'll check in with you guys on Monday morning as well. Continue Val. And then Tuesday night, I think I'm just gonna start playing some random fun horror games that I really, really enjoy. Just see what weird things I can find out there on the internet and present those. So if you want to see some weird, scary games, that's be Tuesday, Thursday night at 9 p.m. CST. And then in the mornings, 8:30 CST. That's about it. I love you. Catch up with you later. Ciao.